Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. We got APA Woody wanted me to give him some help on the IS-2 Shielded, which is a new premium tank that you can get. Or is that mission over? I can't remember. Maybe the mission's over now. Don't remember how you got it. Road to Berlin, that's right. The mission is over. You could get it through Road to Berlin. Shielded, so it's got some heat and HE protection. It's a little bit slower than an IS-2, but it's got the same gun. It's another IS/IS-2 in the game. 390 Alpha, relatively low pen, but with APCR can crank it up to 217, which is not amazing, but he's top tier, great setup. He's on Assault on the attack side, on Siegfried line. He's going to come to the middle, which I like. This is a good initial spot for him right here. This was an interesting battle. He's going to do well. He's going to have a good battle. We'll talk about the result when we get to the end. And there's definitely some things we can learn from this one. Absolutely. Nice job with the Panther. That's one of the tier 7s. So let's get rid of the dangerous stuff, right? The Panther is presenting all kinds of shots. He's out in the open. He's getting tag teamed. He's in huge trouble. People are shooting him. Missiles flying. Babies crying. People dying. Here goes the Panther. He's done. Really nice job on that engagement, Woody, with minimizing exposure to the Patton. Kind of baiting a shot in there, and he's dead. Fantastic start, all right? So what we're going to talk about in this battle is moving from target to target and prioritizing what we need to get rid of. This is a really good example of that. We'll let this go for a little bit longer. We've got the 1357 in the north, but he's fighting a couple guys. We've got the IS-2S and the 3045M in the town. In the south, we've infiltrated into the south a little bit, and we'll see how that fight goes. The Excalibur makes his position known, and we're kind of creeping around the corner. Now we'll come around this way, and we find the IS-2S, and we punish him for going that way while we're going this way, and that's a great deal. So we put a shot in him. Fantastic. He comes around the corner. We're going to come around the corner, and we're going to see if we can't try to finish this guy off. I like the quick check. Is there anybody there? No. Back over here. We're going to shoot this guy. That's no. Oh, okay. And this is what I'm talking about. Target prioritization and how we flow on to the next guy. What's the most dangerous tank here? Obviously, the IS-2S is the most dangerous tank here. The Panther was also dangerous. We'll get to the 3045 in just a minute. Yes, taking guns out of the game is important. However, no, in this case, I would have absolutely prioritized the IS-2S, helped my Hellcat JPZ-4 and whoever is taking him on to get rid of that threat. That threat in a city is a big one. Yes, the Excalibur can pew-pew, but he's got 8 hit points. Anybody can kill him, right? Anybody can kill him. And we rushed the shot a little bit and actually missed him. I think you would have loved to hit that IS-2S first. So, misprioritization of targets. Now we're kind of futzing around with this guy. He takes a quick poke at us, and he actually gets away. Both of them get away. So now we're hanging out here. All right. Notice the 3045 was moving around behind us. We'll get to him in just a minute. They did win in the north, and we're still messing around here in the middle. There goes the IS-2S. All right, decision time. Decision time. The 3045 is moving around back over here, and we've got some cover to move through. Got some cover to move through, and we've also got maybe a threat up in the north that we can take a look at back here, and we're going to kind of drive into the middle where there's probably multiple people waiting. There's no reason to go into the middle right now. Anybody who's hanging out around the middle isn't really doing much of anything. The threat is to the north, and I would love to track down the 3045. Of all the tanks that are left, the most dangerous tanks on this board are the 3045 and the 25-2, depending on where he is. Or if I somehow get Invisi-sniped by the IKV. Those are the most dangerous ones. Artie also. So we come around here. Come around the edge here. We don't find anything, and we keep moving towards the middle. The problem with you moving towards the middle is look at, you've got enemies on every side of you. The south is okay, because if they come at you, they have to come at you from the east side of the board. On the north, that's a problem, and you're moving into the middle, and there's 2 artillery as well. And the 3045 just got spotted. You already knew he was in that area. He's actually pushing through. I would have immediately prioritized the 3045. You have to go get that guy. And I thought that's what you were doing for a moment. Notice how their north guys are now gobbling up your north part. The 1357 is driving in there with the 3485M, and taking on your guys over here. And all of a sudden, shiny object, we find the T-25-2 and we spin and try to take that guy on. It looked like maybe you were headed down there to try to take the 1357 and the 3045M, and now we're engaging a camper. This guy is probably not going to do much of anything other than hang out right here. In fact, that's exactly what he does, and we'll find him there later on in the game. And we've allowed the north to collapse. Now we back up. So 3045, move through all those buildings. Let's try to track him down. And if we can get the 1357 in the bargain, that would be fantastic. Tiger really doesn't know what he wants to do either. The 1357 moves in. Do a nice job putting a shot on him. And then we eat some shots from him. He's just blapping away. Relatively slow reload on this. He kind of knows it. You get away with not too much damage from that guy. And once I get him to that point, we charge, right? Go get the 1357. He's on a reload. Head around this corner and start taking that guy on. But we back out, right? So decisiveness, the plan of where do I go, where do I go, where do I go? Look at the 3045M just did. He just swept up your backfield. And these two guys plus 1357 are working around the edges of this map. And if we'd have gone in there immediately and tried to work on those, I don't think they'd get to this position. So then the JPZ-4 tries to take on the 1357. He gets a chunk of them, brings them down to a one-shot for you. And we come around here. We have to be paying attention that the 3485M is north or south of us. Good news is they kill off the 178B, T25 does, and remember the 3045 is behind you. I like this. You need to go get rid of him. He's basically vulnerable right now. Boom. And you don't check it, but guess what? You had shots on this guy. Look at this. He's going after. He's going after your T25AT, and you completely ignore the guy. And we get enamored of this T25/2, which again, and there's another reason why just driving around the middle is dangerous. There's more TVs trying to protect. We need to get rid of the one guy that is providing them any kind of vision capability and who can come into the side on this battle, the 3045. By the time you kind of notice it, it looks like he's going to go dark, and you don't quite get a shot on him right there. So the prioritization of where to go next and who to engage next is a big deal. He actually spots us as we move in. I'd be interested in getting into this city as much as possible at this point because I don't want to get hit by Artie. I also don't want to afford the 3045M shots on my side. So then we push in. And what's the prioritization now? We've got a T25-2 right there. He's actually going to shoot HE. Get a little chunk of him. Boom. Hey, go get him. Boom. It's time. He's down to a one-shot. The 100's coming on our side, so to speak. I think maybe you thought the Tiger 1 was going to deal with him. The guy is not very good. It's a stock tank, and from what you've noticed him do in the game, that's a bummer. You both bounce, which is really pretty funny. I don't think I would have pushed in on the 100. Unfortunately, they've got shots on your side. Looks like he got the T25 too, but we're splitting up right here. You need to get around that corner. The problem with the Su-100 is he out-reloads you by quite a ways. You do have enough hit points, though. I think I would have just kind of taken a nice aim shot and thumped him. And unfortunately, another rush shot, and we get a bounce. Looked like you were going to go ahead and try to face him up, or maybe face hug him, and then I think this was the right idea. You have just enough speed to get by, and he misses, and that works really nicely. Trying to get around this guy. Bit of desperation at this point. Maybe the Tiger 1 can help us, but he dies to the Artie. There we go. All right, what do we do? Holy cow, we just won this. The next flow, because you saw where the Artie shots came in from, the next flow is to go back that away, right? Just hook a right and go try to take on 3485M while minimizing where the Artie can hit us, but we just drive towards the cap. Oh geez, then we see this guy, and then oh geez, now what? Here comes the 3045M. So we've done nothing to isolate the threats, right? We didn't know necessarily they were there, but we had to guess they probably were. Now we're in one of the most open areas in the city that we can get to. I think if you'd headed around this corner, you would have caused many more issues for the Artie. We do a pretty nice job coming in here on this dude. Can't quite get a shot. We don't rush it because then it's over. Get a nice shot on him. Try to ram him. Nice bounce. He can't quite get to us. Try to stuff him against the wall, but he's sneaking away. Oh, geez. I think in this case, if you'd have auto-aimed his hole, would have been easier to keep your turret on him. We don't quite get the turret around. Looks like we get stunned, and then the turret is slowed, and then we can't get the turret on the guy right there. And we finally get nuked, it looks like. Destroyed with an enemy shot. That's odd. What does that mean? Were we on fire? Who killed us? I have no idea. Destroyed with an enemy shot. That was interesting. All right. And down we go. 3 kills, 3,403 damage. And there's that 3045 that we didn't prioritize. Right? The guy that was allowed to go around our backfield, gobble up near deads, cause issues, change the fight while we wander around in the city, and then a couple of their prioritization issues of which guy to go at. This is a very near-run thing. We probably should have had this thing, especially if we'd have been able to go take down the 3485 and take on the 1357. The danger of that would have been getting gang tackled by him, but had you initially, once you finished off the... What did we just finish off when that happened? We had just finished off the Panther and moved in. The misprioritization on the shots on the IS-2S. Once we had won that, oh, that's right. Instead of going and trying to take on the T-25/2, which was a camper, he's not going to do anything but sit there more than likely unless they're really starting to win or he has an easy shot. Flex immediately to go take on their active guys like the 3485. Don't let him get into your backfield. Don't let him to start coming from different angles. Take that guy down. Maybe even maul or kill the 1357. It was your 3002M, I think, that was fighting those guys. So for a few potatoes, you had him as an ally there. Could have taken those guys down and then flowed back into the city. A couple other missed opportunities on shots I talked about. One of them being the 3485M that was taking on your T25, your AT25. And for me, that's just a cross-check on the mini-map and what's going on around you. Try to speed that up and be a little bit more curious about red things on the mini-map and whether you have a shot on them. All right, man. I hope that helped. Hope you guys like what you saw. If you did or you learned something, throw me a follow, and we will see you.